to Wordpath, the show about Oklahoma Indian languages and the people who are teaching and preserving them. Tonight we're going to see more of this year's Preston Language Conference, sponsored by the Oklahoma Native Language Association and Northeastern State University. The conference takes place in Preston, Oklahoma, a few miles north of Okmulgee, each October. The presenter this time is Lucille Watahomigie, a Walapai teacher from Peach Springs, Arizona. Once again, the Wordpath show is making an exception to our Oklahomans only rule in order to acquaint you with a real leader in indigenous language preservation from outside the state. So let's take a look at the tape.
Cactus plant, and you have to get that plant when it's the stalk is only 3 feet high. And one of the grandmas came over and they said, "We want to show you how to gather that plant." And I didn't really know what that plant was, so I said, "Okay, you know, if you want to do it, we'll go ahead and make the time for you to do it." And we had a couple of the teachers there that were really interested in working with the elders in the community. And so she said, let my class do it. She really wanted her class to do it. So I said, okay, let's make arrangements, and then we'll have that class go through that process. And it was this plant here that we went out and harvested. As you can see, you know, it has a stalk. And this one here, a picture of it is all dry, but in the springtime it's green, and you're supposed to gather it, and it's about 3 feet high, because and then it has buds on it before the flower blooms, because the part that we want to get is under here, and we cut this whole thing off, and this is called mescal agave, but in Walapai it's called miyao, and you know, it says, you know, 2 feet high and not yet in bloom, and it's eaten like sugar cane, because it's really sweet in that stalk, and then the core is really sweet. And what happens is that they take that core, and see what she's doing. She's cutting off the stickers, or the sticky leaves. These have cactus all on it down here, and so she's cutting that off until it looks like an artichoke right here. See this little boy? This little boy is Crow. His father was from Montana as a police officer there. But this is how they get it, so it looks like that. And this is all sweet. And then when it's ripe, then you have to cook it underground for overnight. There's a lot of ceremonies that go with it. And so we put that into the ground and we roast it overnight, and then take it out and eat it in the morning. And then we just, what we do is you can see, this is not myself. When I was young, 20 years ago, 25 years, anyway, that's where we take it off, and we just peel it like an artichoke, and then you eat it like an artichoke. You just take that juice and leave out with your teeth, and then you know. And that was our main staple for the Walapai. The Walapai had that fruit, or that cactus fruit for a main staple, and it was I think a cup of that, you know, you store that for the winter time, and a cup of that is 80% calcium. And, you know, we didn't have milk, or, well, the only ones that were lucky enough to have milk were the babies. And so that's how our people survived, on these types of plants. And it's amazing what our people, they experimented and learned how to do a lot of these things. So I'll pass this around and you can look at it. But it's, and if you look in the folder that we gave you, that was passed out to you, you'll see a handout on ethnobotany. And a lot of you have different colors let's see, there's an oral tradition. Some of you have purple, and I don't know what the other one is. It's called the ethnobotany unit. Okay? And so that's one of the units that we put together. And it's, if you're doing plant study or doing other things, then ethnobotany is study of botany. I don't know, you have to get science. All the handouts are all different. Some have ethnobotany, because these are from two different presentations that I brought here. So, and if you don't have one, raise your hand. We have some in the back. Would you go to the ones that before I go into this, while you guys are getting that, what I'm going to do is show you an interactive learning environment. And the handouts that Leroy passed out, they're the ones that have this circle in it. Okay? So if you came from a loop, it's a green sheet that has a handout. The ones that got later handouts didn't get this. So you have to get one copy made from your partners. But this is the only handout you need to get. But this here shows how our curriculum was child-centered. It's around the child and his experiences. As a baby, it's in the home environment, and as he's growing up. And then the community and the school environment, and then the natural environment. All these things are topics that we got to use for our curriculum guide. And so, this is what we looked at before we even started anything. And this is the foundation of what our children experience, because what happens in the schools that have, in the schools that your children go to, they have curriculum that's based on white middle class America, and that's why the children that live that and experience those things are successful, because it's about them. And so what we were trying to do was we were trying to get the things that our children experience so that they could be successful in something in school academically. And so when we studied about different sciences like life sciences, that's when we did our cookout on the mezcal, agave, so that they could do that and know, and a lot of the children knew how to do that at home too, so they already knew, and those that didn't, were proud that they could do that, because what we did was after we did this mezcal bake, we took them to the elders, we took the mezcal, and the children took them home to their aunties and grandparents, and they appreciate it because it's really hard work. But so this circle shows, circles are, about how our children, or how, what our curriculum is based upon, on our culture and the language. And, when we think about culture and language, the first thing that we think about is that, it's artifacts, it's back to the blanket, like a lot of my people my age, they tease me, they say, oh, you can go back and live in the shrubs and, wear your skin coats and things like that, and I laugh, but, that's what a lot of people think of as culture, and what it really is the culture is something that's living today, what our children experience. My culture was a little bit different than what my kids' culture is. And what their children, what my grandchildren's culture is, it's different. So we have to look at, the culture, we have to look at, what the values and behavior, what is meaningful, interacting. So those are the things that we really need to look at, and then language also should be around that. That's something that when we go through the process of making mezcal or gathering plants, there's a lot of words, vocabulary. There's concepts there that we don't have anywhere else. The word about that plant or the process of harvesting, there's words in there, there's ceremonies in there that we don't do anywhere else. And once we lose the harvesting of that plant, those words and those concepts are gone forever. And and the children, even though they have to experience it to understand what that concept is. Like that word, the nuke, that word, that whole thing, it encompasses the whole harvesting of that mezcal. And a child wouldn't know that until they go through that whole process, all the ceremonies that we have to go through in order to begin to eat that and to store it. How did you learn how to saddle a horse? Did somebody come by and say, step 1, take the saddle, step 2, swing it over the horse, step 3, buckle the underneath, I don't know what they call it, but anyway, did you go through that? Cynthia? Or as children, we watch the grown-ups. We'd sit around and watch the grown-ups, and then when they leave, we'd go grab a saddle and try to practice it on the fence, or and then later they'd be watching us, and then they'd come back and do the same thing process. It took a long time, but we learned it. We learned by doing. We learned by watching. We learned them. They model for us. And that's the same way in the kitchen. When our parents or grandparents, aunties are making fried bread or tortillas, we watch them, see how much they're putting in their hand, and then we try it, or they give us something. One of our great grandmas, she said that she learned how to make baskets by watching her grandmother. And her grandmother would throw all the things that she didn't want away. She'd pick that up and practice. Until later on her grandma noticed that she could do it very well. So then she started letting her use some of her best stuff, her best materials. And so these are, the ways that we learn. And so from knowing about that, that's the way that we should be teaching our children in school. We should use a lot of those types of activities, those types of ways that our children would learn best. Looking at your book, your paper, it explains what we did in selecting the materials. And again, curriculum materials, when we first started our program, our staff kept saying, why don't you make materials? Why can't we make materials? We've been working on curriculum. But at that time, I felt that it was really important that we do the curriculum, that we write the curriculum. And And so we ended up writing about 80 units that we had. And if you look at in the process that we went through in doing like a plant unit, and this could be the ethnobotany unit too, but there's, I think this is in your unit, one of your handouts. But looking at, and this is what these are from about 6 Navajo teachers that wanted to do it in this way. Looking at personal hygiene, the yucca root, sage, mat or carpet, that's personal hygiene. They looked at the food, the corn, cultivated and wild fruits, the wild rices, piñons, corn, watermelon fruits, and then they food for the stock. They thought that it was important for the animals, their sheep or their cattle, what they make tools out of. The juniper, paper board, the weaving tools, paper board, so these are the plants that were used for that. And then their clothing, the yucca sandals, and then the plants for shelter. What kind of trees they use for the shelter. Then the medicinal plants, the sage, juniper, gypsum weed, rabbit brush, different types of medicinal foods. But that's one of the plants. And then in your handout on ethnobotany, some of you have different. That's the one that I started out with, but it has medicinal plants, edible plants, and utilitarian plants. And it's almost the same process, But what the unit is, and Unit 1 is more for preschool, Head Start to probably 1st or 2nd grade. And then level 2 is like for 2 or 3, 2nd or 3rd grade. Level 3 would probably be middle, about 4, 5, 6, 7th grade. And then level 4 would be more for high school, junior high, high school, and adult. And these are just things that you could teach about the plants, if you were wanting to do that. Like when you very first start, you might want to talk about, with the preschool kids, maybe growing plants in the classroom, experiment with the light and things like that. That's level 1. And then probably when you got to high school or adults, college students, you would want to talk about the parts of the plant that is used for food or for dyes or for medicine or utility or personal use. And a lot of these plants are like that. They have like this yucca plant here. We have, the fruit is for, to preserve in the winter time. To gather this and then preserve it and then use it in the winter time. But another thing is that the root is for shampoo. You've heard of yakadu. Anyway, that's where that came from. And that's, one of the best shampoo things. And then the spears that we have here, the leaves, that's made for rope. The rope and sandals here. And so that's how this plant is used. We have, different plants that we use for different things. There's the prickly pear. I don't know if you have that here. You gather that and take off the stickers. You can make jelly, or you can just dry it and use it for store it and drink it in the winter time. That's how that plant is used. We have the piñon nuts or pine nuts, or they call them different things. And anyway, that's they gather that, and we can boil that, crush it a little bit, boil that, and make a piñon stew. Kind of like acorn stew. I don't know if you have anything similar to that. But the sap, the pine sap, is used more for medicine. They put that on an infection, and they'll just take out all the infection, that the pine sap will. And then we have a couple of different plants that we use for making baskets and for the cradle board. So these are about 6 or 7 different plants that we use. And then we have this, and see, a lot of these are like from our children already going out and exploring. And there's an ethnobotany book that we wrote, and this is about 60 plants that are used every day. These are not plants that we have to have medicine people there to help us do. These are like everyday remedies that anybody can use. So, and then we did a lot of Walapai, and the back pages have the English translation on these plants. So, and so that kind of a unit, you can see a lot of what could go on in the school or in the tribal communities, after school activities. And I don't know, some tribes, they're not, some tribes don't allow everyday people to go out and do this. You have to have specialized people go through that same process. So, you have to kind of be careful and find out from your tribal people what you need. But in doing language lessons, as you can see, it's the same process that you went through with Dr. Fife this morning, and that process is that language lesson plan. There's supposed to be one in here, but not in this one. So, but it has language lesson, and the format is the format is similar to what Dr. Five had given you this morning, and I think that one is called Squawberry. Do you have it? And that was making like that lemonade. It's a lemonade drink. But one thing when you're doing language lessons, it's good if the teacher would repeat it the first time 4 times for the children to hear, or for the language learner to hear. Because a lot of times, children don't, you only say it one time, and then it doesn't make, then we expect the people to say it.
I want to thank Lucille for allowing us to tape her presentation for the Wordpath show, and I'd like to wish her and you, any of you all watching, the best of luck in your language preservation and revitalization efforts. Now, before we close, I'd like to make an announcement. The Intertribal Wordpath Society will be holding its second bookmarks reception Saturday, November 17th from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the Jacobson House in Norman. This time we'll be featuring the New Creek Dictionary by Jack Martin and Margaret Malden, published by the University of Nebraska Press. The Wordpath Society will have free bookmarks to give out with language learning tips. as well as artistic bookmarks from our recent celebration, which will be for sale. Margaret Malden will give a presentation on the Creek Dictionary, and refreshments will be served. See you next time on Wordpath. I'm Alice Anderton, host of Wordpath. We feature the 24 languages spoken by Oklahoma Indian tribes.
Koigu hagiat all day no. Bai henge dome.
Di ambahata te de juigi de kamla. Ma de la tit non de wakis na kangio.
Ise kwasu. Ise tukanai te kwasu.
Join us for more Golden Oldies, Monday and Wednesday evenings.
Na hene yo hene, na hene yo hene, ana magwana kita, wa pene manaone kita. Na hene yo hene, na hene yo hene, ana magwana kita, wa pene manaone kita. Na hene yo hene, na hene yo hene, ana magwana kita, wa pene manaone kita. Na hene yo hene, na hene yo hene, ana magwana kita, wa pene manaone kita. Na hene yo hene, na hene yo hene, ana magwana kita, wa pene manaone kita. Na hene yo hene, na hene yo hene, ana magwana kita, wa pene manaone kita.